Alright, alright, alright. We're back. We got ourselves a Hazy. I guess I should show it to you instead of showing you the back of my hand. Or maybe I should show you the back of my hand. No. Second Profession Brewing Company. Never had anything from them. This one's called Space Flamingo Hazy IPA. Brewed in Portland, Oregon. Oh, I like how they have the hops on the side. It says Sultana, Trident, and Citra hops. That's cool. Looks like 7.4 for this hazy. So we got ourselves a little bit of alcohol in this one. Wow. If I was blindfolded, I would not have said that is hazy. That tastes like a fucking hop bomb. No sign of any IBUs anywhere, but there's almost like a hop burn, or it's funny because it doesn't taste green. Like sometimes when a beer is too green, it hasn't sat in the keg condition or bottle condition or whatever long enough. But this tastes different. It almost tastes like a fucking chemical character. Let me drink it again, because sometimes your first IPA of the day, that first swig, can be a little wonky. So let me just try it again. Okay. Not so bad, not so reeling. I get a little bit more sweetness this time from the malts and everything. But there is just this very piercing hop character. Now I gotta be honest, I'm not familiar with Sultana or Trident. Very familiar with Citra, that's a hype hop, it's very popular. But I'm not getting a Citra forward beer here. And I don't know much about the other two. So it's strange. I don't like it. I'll just come out and say that. I don't like it. It smells good. I'm not a fan of that. Beers made by Second Profession Brewing, maybe you should stick to your day job. Nah, it's a little bit harsh, but it is what it is. Okay, let's get into it. We are using Talbot shaving, and this is Cole's Pond in a perfectly sized 3-ounce jar. Good enough to load in. This is a firm soap. It smells absolutely excellent. It looks like it says product of Chicopee MA. There's a look at the ingredients there. I suppose I could show you the rest of it. Very nice packaging. No problem with that. I know the tub loaders or face latherers might bitch and moan about the little constricted space, but you can get the job done. And if you're worried about that, just use a bowl like real men. Alright, because bowls are for lathering. Faces are for sitting. So, alright. So, got a good looking lather here. You can see the sheen on it. It whipped up so fucking easily. We're using my Outlaw brush. This one is in silver, and we got a silver synthetic. I think they call it Silver Fox or Arctic Fox or some bullshit like that. Silver synthetic. It's a little bit springy because I feel like it was set too low, but it's still soft because it's a synthetic. Alright. Actually, well, I got my hands wet, so we'll wet the face. But I'm going to add a little bit of menthol to this just because it is another scorcher today. 103. And I just want to finish the day cool, calm, and collected. So we got our bougie chill mill right here. This is the chiller in the pillar, the chilla in the pillar, or the Menthol. Alright, here we go. See that little rod? It's just a pump action, and you just let those menthol crystals fly, man. And we don't have a problem. We can quit whenever we want, but we're just gonna make it rain. Alright, now let's incorporate that into the lather. If you want to know how I load and I made a dedicated video where I actually loaded the menthol, talked about where I got the menthol grinder and the organic menthol crystals, and then how I broke the crystals down and loaded them into the grinder. So there is a video. You just gotta do DK Damn Fine Shave, menthol, menthol this or that. You'll find it. You gotta do some looking when you come to my channel. Shit just isn't handed out to you. You're all adults. You should be able to easily work a search engine. Alright? And nothing worth having isn't worth working for. And so, if you want to get that information, fucking look for it. I'm not going to hand it out to you. I'm too busy to do that shit. I made the video. That was my contribution. Your contribution is to work the fucking search bar. Alright? Sorry, guys. Alright. Beautiful lather. Very good looking lather. It's got a nice density to it. Got a nice sheen to it. Feels heavy on the face. So it has that nice luxurious face feel that I enjoy. And this isn't even the most up-to-date, most recent Talbot formula. This is one of the older formulas, and it's still fantastic. Very nice. Alright. I'm just doing mostly painting with this brush because, like I said, this one in particular I think was set a little bit low, and so the backbone is a little bit high, making it kind of springy. And I just enjoy it more as a painting brush. It's a beast when it comes to whipping up a lather, though. I'll say that. Alright, we're going to continue Single Edge Week put on by BBS.live with the Razorock V3 Hawk. And excuse the fingerprints on the top cap. And this one has a Schick Proline P30 blade in it. And let's get to shaving. Got a nice cooling action going on the skin. I would say it's more of a low chill right now. Sorry if the air conditioner is an annoyance. Hopefully it's just a quiet hum and nothing more. Decent residual slickness, not too shabby. It looks like I could have pumped even more water into this lather, but I ain't worried about it. The lather looks good. It'll shave good. You don't always need a dripping slob type lather where the lather is blooping left and right. You will rarely, if ever, see a bloop on my channel. One, because I fucking rinse my razor at a regular frequency. But two, I just don't put that much water in my lather. I don't like it being a fucking mess. And I don't like it to where it breaks down some of that luxurious density. I like it to be dense. Sometimes that means it's a hair on the dry side, but don't get it twisted. These soaps are so good nowadays that even when it's not slammed full of water, it still has plenty of slickness in it. Trust me, wouldn't be able to go over the skin over and over and over and over and over and over. Like, you know, I wouldn't be able to do that shit if there wasn't slickness and residual slickness. So that only comes by adding water. So even though the lather looks a little bit dense, perhaps it looks dry, there's enough water in there to shave with. And there's enough evidence of shavers who use dry lathers out there that they could get BBS shaves, no irritation, the whole 9 yards, with what appears to be a dry lather. Don't worry about it. If it works for them, that's all that matters. And if you like it wetter, have at it. You know what I mean? Nobody's stopping you. Don't worry about those of us that decide to have it a little bit denser and a little bit drier. It'll be alright. Alright. Enough about that. The scent on this one, it's beautiful. Beautiful. It kind of makes me feel like I'm standing outside right at the foot of a snow-covered forest, evergreen trees, pine, fir, balsam. Those are what are in the forefront of this scent. And they give way to camphor and eucalyptus, which really give it kind of that sense of I'm standing somewhere cold. And then it has a body with amber that kind of keeps it all together. That warm amber underneath. But make no mistake, it's very herbaceous, piney, very green, evergreen, like pine green. Not like floral or anything like that. Very, very natural, nature green. And then on top of that, underneath that, eucalyptus, camphor, giving it that little bit of bite that makes you feel like you're somewhere cold. And I absolutely love this scent. I actually got this one secondhand. I skipped, or actually I think I used my limited time to get a hard to get House of Mammoth soap, and I sacrificed getting Cole's Pond from Talbot, and I always regretted it because I think I enjoyed the Mammoth, but it just wasn't. It always kind of sat with me that I think I would have enjoyed Cole's Pond better, but I got Mammoth because it was more hyped up at the time. And so I scoured BSTs for a long time. My buddy Jack from the virtual room room, he had Cole's Pond, and he kind of lorded it over me in a buddies talking shit type way. I finally found it on the used market. I put in an offer, the guy responded real quickly, and I paid for it immediately, and he sent it to me. And so when I finally got it, I cracked it open. The scent was exactly what I had in my mind. It was exactly what I had envisioned and hoped it would be. And I couldn't be happier to finally kind of like put the hunt to rest, so to speak, because it's just kind of satisfying to get something that you've been chasing after for a while. Very nice. Absolutely no problems with performance. I'm a huge fan of the 3-ounce tubs. I think it would be, I'm a huge fan of the 3-ounce tubs. If he would have decided to go with 2-ounce tubs, I wouldn't be mad at all. I touch on this from time to time, but I wish the industry standard would be to offer both 2-ounce tubs, or offer a 2 or 3 ounce option, or a 4, 5, 6 ounce option. You know what I mean? Like, but offer both. Now that's a lot of work for some artisans, but I'm just saying I wish that was an industry standard, because I have a huge collection of soaps and aftershaves, and I don't need fucking 4 to 6 ounces of any of them. Like, I just don't use any one particular soap enough to need that much volume. I would rather save a little bit of money and flesh out that artisan's entire catalog by ordering smaller tubs, 2 to 3 ounces. That's just me. I know the common complaint is that when artisans make smaller tubs, they have a higher price per ounce, so you're actually paying more for less product type of deal. But that's where we got to kind of voice our wants. We got to voice our demands as the paying consumers, and we have to make it very clear to artisans that if you pull this bullshit, we're not going to support it. We want 2, 3 ounce tubs, but we don't want to pay more for them. It doesn't make sense that a smaller tub would cost more than a larger tub. It doesn't make sense that a smaller label would cost more than a larger label. So it doesn't make sense that less product, less soap, costs more than more soap. Okay? So it just, like, I can hear the artisans' complaints all day long. I don't care. It doesn't make sense to me. There's no way that you can make me think a smaller end product costs more than a larger end product. It doesn't. The supplies cost less. Same amount of time if you're making the same amount of tubs. So I won't hear it. I'll hear it, but I'll argue you to the death. It can be done. Some artisans already do it. So it can be done. We just got to stand firm and make our wants transparent and go from there, you know what I mean? And not stand for raising the price with smaller tubs. We can't stand for that shit. Alright. Very nice shave. Talbot, old formula. Did the job. Smelled fantastic. This is what I would call like a casual banger. It's not necessarily like a business scent. It's not a going out scent. Not a date night fragrance. Not something that you would wear to an important meeting. This is just for casual enjoyment. It's like, it's painting the picture of a destination, you know? And this one would be like a snowy, like pine forest type destination. Right up my alley. I live in the Evergreen State, so, you know, what do you expect? We are literally surrounded by pine trees, so it's all good. Alright. And speaking of Mammoth, I'm going to follow this up with Hygge, which they classify as a evergreen barbershop. I don't get any barbershop vibes from this at all. But it has that same balsam pine, like evergreen feel to it. But this one has frankincense, a good bit of frankincense that actually makes it like a warm base with a evergreen top. I think it's fucking fantastic. I absolutely love Hygge. One of my favorite scents in my entire collection. Hell yeah, I wish I could just fucking bathe in that. Alright, we'll get the residual on the forearms, and we'll call it a day. So, great shave. Thank you guys for watching. There's still time in the week to get in on Single Edge Week if you follow bbs.live. Basically, you just use single edge razors, chevettes, straight razors, that sort of thing. Not that hard. If it has a single edge, pick it up and use it this week. Cheers, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for all the support. As always, I hope you have a good rest of your week, and I'll catch you on the next one.